All right.
Welcome, everybody, to another Rev Talk. We had a couple sessions between Kim and I that we kept kicking around, and last week we had two, and I wanted to do both of them, so we're going to do one this week that was left off of last week. Again, it's a great saying. Take it away, Reverend Kim.
Well, again, this was one of the things that was discussed in my SRT session last week, um, on the 1st of February. And the one that we talked about last week was instead of triggered, we were being alerted. And the other one is about gravity. Now, one of the things that you and I have talked about with gravity is as you get older, as you're aging, gravity, you think gravity is your enemy. Um,
Yes.
but, but what I was told and what really resonated with me is that just like everything else, gravity is an energy. And it's an energy that holds us and helps us stay safe. This is the flip side of what we always kind of talk about. Oh gosh, I'm afraid of falling, Gravity is something that will make you conscious of where your feet are on the earth. And gravity, one of the things that was suggested to me was to say thank you to gravity. If you drop something, you say, "Oh, thank you, gravity," and you pick it up. But gravity is an active, loving force of Mother Earth. She is the one that is holding your feet and holding you on this planet to keep you safe. So when you fall, rather than being upset, which, okay, naturally, yeah, it hurts, unless you're like a little kid and your center of gravity is really low to the earth. So you kind of bounce when you're a kid. When you fall and you're older, there's no bouncing. It's very jarring. What I love though is to be able to thank gravity and to thank Mother Earth for keeping a hold of me on this planet and on the surface. So it's another way of looking and being grateful for the earth and our place on it, and to also to be closer in touch with the earth itself. But I loved the idea of thanking gravity. And I'm more mindful of doing that too now. Now that I think about that, and that it's a loving gravity is the loving force of Mother Earth.
When I heard that, we made a comment during the talk was she's keeping you on earth instead of in the spiritual plane in heaven. And I had to giggle because that next night I had a dream about Azella and she came to me
Oh,
and she said, be mindful to every day thank gravity. And I, ever since that, every time I go down the steps, I thank you for keeping my foot on the step. I thank you for keeping me here. But overall, I thank you for keeping me here on the planet. I
oh,
have
I
so
love.
much work to do and so many things to accomplish. I'm not ready to go above.
Oh, I
And
love that.
but it was so cool because it was just night and day. She was right there talking to me.
Wow.
And so we had to go up and down the stairs until the end. She couldn't go up and down. So now I'm not really going up and down, but I try to go down 3 times up and down a day so that I can thank gravity when I go out to feed the birds or the deer. Thank you. Gravity, I have so much here to do yet.
Oh, I love
And
that.
when you kneel down to plant your plants or work in your flowers in your garden, you can thank him that you're capable of staying here and doing this. So there's so much more into it and putting us more in a tune with Mother Nature, as you said. And that's what I never put the two together, gravity and Mother Nature. I really didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either until that session, and it gave me a better perspective of, because I make a very conscious effort of talking to the elementals, is what I call them. And I've always had a little difficulty with the earth element. And this came up in the conversation about gravity, and I never thought about being able to thank gravity and having it be a part of the element of earth. But it makes sense, and I love the way you put that in thanking not only every step that you take. And there is something from um oh gosh, it's called The Magic. It's the second book from The Secret.
Oh, okay.
And so I never read The Secret, but I got The Magic. And one of the things to do is, when you're walking and you do this, is as you're stepping, you just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because if you're doing that, if you're saying thank you, your mind is on gratitude. It is not on anything negative.
That's right.
If you're saying thank you, even in your head, if every time you say, you don't have the time to be focusing on something negative. You're saying thank you each and every time.
That is so true. And it's funny that you said that when I'm walking. I'm thanking my body for allowing me to move gracefully through the steps
Absolutely.
because there was time when I wasn't walking and you appreciate everything in a different way. But I was noticing one thing when you said that I have birch trees among my pine trees, and I hate when the water leaves a water ring when it sprays to water the trees and stuff. They turn white. And I was looking, what in the world happened to my birch tree? The moose ate all of the bark up almost 8 feet.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
I looked it up and it said it won't hurt the tree at all. It'll
Right.
grow new bark. But I'm sitting here and thinking, why did he do that? And then he didn't, and then I think, oh, well, the deer eat the food, so he's eating my trees. But it made me appreciate that the gravity's holding the tree down. She's sprouting from the top, even though she's bare at the bottom. And so there is a lot to say about thanking gravity.
There really is. And
Yeah.
and the more, and I guess it's like anything else. The more gratitude you pour into it, the more ideas come to you to be more grateful for. I loved, that you say thank you when you're going down the steps, and
Mhm.
when you go outside. And I do that um when I brush my teeth, and I'm counting in seconds. And instead of saying like one Mississippi, two, I always say one thank you, two thank you, three thank
Oh,
you.
that's a good idea.
And I do that instead. And so there are so many different ways of being able to use that gratitude. Gravity is one of the things that we take for granted because it is part of this planet.
There.
What I didn't recognize and what I really enjoy now is that it is a loving expression and energy from Mother Earth. That I just think is wonderful.
It
And I
it
love
it
that.
makes her more personable.
Well, yes,
And you,
it's
you can grab her now. I
yes,
go and grab trees and but I can grab the universe with gravity.
absolutely. And the fact
Mhm.
that she's she's picking you out as well.
Yeah.
She's holding you personally on this planet because she loves you and wants you to be here. And I just love that.
Mm. It's a wonderful topic. We were always taught just watch what falls, but no, it's not about what falls, it's what stays here.
It's what holds you.
Hmm. What holds
Oh,
you together.
yes,
That's a
what
good
holds
point.
you. So I
Thank you.
love that. I love that. So what do you think, my dear?
I think we are through.
I think so too. We want to thank you for joining us on another Rev Talk. And we want to remind you to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself. And to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.
Yeah.